فلا أقسم بمواقع النجوم وإنه لقسم لو تعلمون عظيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Allah swears by many objects throughout the Quran. This was a common practice amongst the Bedouin Arabs at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, primarily to grab people's attention. Allah uses the same technique to highlight the subject matter and its relevance and importance in our lives. In Surah Waqiah, Allah swears by the placement of the stars. In ayat number 75, He says, فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِمَوَاقِعِ النُّجُومِ. What is most interesting about this oath is that Allah has done something here which He has not done anywhere else in the Quran, which is to reiterate the magnitude and seriousness of this oath. In ayat number 76, He says, وَإِنَّهُ لَقَسْمٌ لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عَظِيمٌ, which means, and that is a tremendous oath if you did but know. This tells us that even before revealing the subject matter, it must be so significant that Allah reaffirms its seriousness in an ayat followed by the oath. And lo and behold, Allah reveals the subject matter, which is the noble Quran. In ayat number 77, Innahu laqur'anun kareem. What Allah is trying to tell us is that just like the positioning of the stars are a guide for the Bedouin traveler at nighttime, who would be lost in the darkness of the desert otherwise, the noble Quran is the only path to true guidance of mankind, illuminating light in the middle of the darkness that surrounds our journey of this life in the dunya. The important lesson to learn here is that although it is great to recite the Quran and read its translation, it is more important, in my understanding of this tremendous oath by Allah, that true guidance can only be attained if we can understand and follow it in our hearts. The true message behind the meanings of the Zahir and the Batin hidden in the ayahs of the Quran, a treasure trove, if you may want to call it. And for that, we need to be patient and persevere in our understanding of it by reading different tafsirs and then doing tafakkur on it. Also, to get even a better understanding, we must make the effort of seeking help from our true Shaykh, the one and only Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from the world of traditions he has left behind, to dispel any confusion that we may have. We may even further venture into topics that still confuse us by studying the works of great scholars during and after the lifetime of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like Ghaus Pak and Maulana Rumi. This yearning for the search of the truth is a struggle in itself. But Allah has promised us that if we take one step towards Him, He will come running towards us. Think about it. When we were young and completed the recitation of the entire Quran, our parents proudly distributed sweets for that accomplishment. In fact, many parents would boast that their child has done this exercise 3 to 4 times even. Although I am not denying the benefit of doing this, but without any understanding of the word of Allah, what guidance have we truly gained from all this? We can finish mountains of fiction novels, give an in-depth analysis, and have beautiful drawing room conversations on multiple characters and the complex themes being discussed in them. But we still keep the Quran as a showpiece collecting dust on our bookshelves. It mostly comes out during Ramzan when we race to complete its recitation during this month, regurgitating words we have absolutely no understanding of. Or it may be recited during funerals, births, or marriage occasions, or when a so-called calamity befalls upon us. And of course, we will continue to coax our children to complete its recitation with the Maulvi several times until our children are old enough and they're not interested to read it anyway, as they have zero or little understanding of it. What a pity indeed. The Quran is meant to be our greatest companion during our short journey in this life. It took but 23 years for Allah to instill the meaning of the Quran into the heart of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So who are we to boast that we finished reading it like parrots every Ramzan? Some food for thought for all of us. If we were only to understand the true meaning of Surah Waqiah in our daily prayers, we wouldn't be saying our prayers so heedlessly, with hundreds of thousands of thoughts coming and going, desperately trying to concentrate, and at the same time racing to finish our prayers so that we can be done and over with them and continue with the rest of the routine left for the day. It is interesting to note whether our daily routines revolve around our prayers, or is it in fact the other way around? Within the Fatiha, the only thing we ask Allah is to show or guide us to the right path. This guidance is the Quran, and that is why Allah in Surah Waqiah is reinstating the magnificence of this oath. If we only truly understand what ihdinas sirat al-mustaqim in Surah Waqiah meant, it would completely change our outlook on reality. Note the subtlety of Allah's message here. He is telling us to ask Him to show or guide us, and not to ask Him to put us on the right path. This means that Allah is well aware that we are not angels, and being human means we have our free will. By asking Him to only show us the path, true guidance will only come if we submit to His will willingly. And that is a slow process by surrendering our ego in every trial and tribulation that He presents us with, until the nafs becomes mutmain. May Allah make us all true companions of the Quran. May He give us the ability and chance to try our best to get to know this companion of ours better than before, starting from this Ramzan, so that we can start to understand it truly. And only then can we ask it to be our guiding light in the darkness that surrounds us. Aameen and Ramzan Mubarak. If you have liked this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The link is in the feed below. And please do share it with your loved ones. I wish you all a very blessed Ramzan. Aameen.